I've seen a lot of interesting Void plays in this tournament, Eternal Envy. But yeah, I mean, I just like Undying's overall composition and the way that they were able to take Axe first and then flex him in whatever way they wanted. It just felt like a draft advantage in that sense. But we will see which draft works out as we get into game 2 of Four Zoomers versus Undying with with Lyrical and AUI. Gentlemen, take it away.
Indeed, we're into the game already, and there are no pauses this time. It's all gone. We're just going right on into it. I know that you do like the Undying draft. How do you see this like sort of working out over the like sort of 10 minutes or so? Because that's been the point in time where I feel like we've seen Zoomers be the strongest. Their early game momentum that they've been able to build. Do you think that Undying are going to be able to match that tempo?
I think so this game. The thing is, the early game this game is, I know you've heard this before, but when there's an Alchemist pick, it's an Alchemist game, you know? Where there's a Nagasiren pick last game, it's a Nagasiren game where you just split push until you horribly lose because the hero is just absolute pathetic trash. But this game, it's a Timbersaw game, at least for the early game. He is going to lane against Outer Titan and a Faceless Void, I think. I mean, they might try and do something weird, but that's our normal default here. And I think he should have a really good game. A lot of the early game this game will come down to if Gunnar has a good enough lane to shut down the Timbersaw. Because the Timbersaw starts rolling this game, you know, he gets to that Hood, Soul Ring, Mana Boots, these types of items. Like, I'm not sure they can really stop his play this game.
Well, that's going to be the thing that we want to watch for sure. Can they shut down that Timber? Can they make him sad?
And take a look at the bottom safe lane for Four Zoomers. Sammy Boys actually started to cut all the trees because it's been very meta for Timber Saws. I mean, the reactive armor got nerfed really hard at level 1 to just keep spamming Timber Chain for CS. You can't do that if there are no trees.
That's great. Very cool idea there, indeed. And imagine that we're going to keep on seeing that as he is already body blocking the wave, making sure that it comes back to needed position. Husky and Drew is going to be battling slightly there as well. Boots first already on this next assassin. So this lane, maybe if Sammy can do a little bit more of these tree cutting shenanigans to make that stuff work, things can slightly stronger here for them. But at least for the moment, going to be dealing with a lot of harassment.
You know, the more I think about it, I actually really like the Timbersaw pick because one of the counters to carry Axe is to go aggro. Oh, top lane. Dude is getting really low here.
Going for it. Trying to find him, but won't be able to.
Like we saw even at the Ana Major, Ame when he got tri-laned, like he was bottom net worth on the cores in lane because Axe just, his stats aren't that good if there are 3 heroes. They're not bad when there are 2. You can, you know, Battle Hunger is a great tool, but it doesn't do that much when you increase the number of heroes in the lane. But you cannot go aggro if you're going to have to put a Dragonite versus Timbersaw in lane. So that was a good choice by them there.
That's what we like to see. And I think that that is one of the better answers that we've seen Dragonite time again. I'm a little surprised that we didn't see it banned out, particularly considering that we've had Timado play this carry axe multiple times. But nonetheless, it's what ended up happening, and we'll see how it works for them all. At least out of the early going, nothing really standing out as being particularly bad. You can see that in the mid lane. You know, 11-0 versus 10-1, very even so far here. Not sure if that one was a range creep deny or not, but Gunnar slightly ahead in terms of that XP. Keeping our eyes on it. Auto coming out, he already has it on the Storm Spirit. Ryle obviously not going 1, and that does mean it's going to be no water room. Gunnar, he's going to have to head on back.
That's huge because he's on 100 mana right now with 0 bottle charges already. Even though the CS was in his favor, he still spent all his resources. The reason why Invoker is good in this lane is that you can just sort of spam the EMP onto Storm and you can't really get out of it. And then once there's no mana, you can out CS and harass him. We actually saw...
Taking some damage here. In trouble? Chase down coming from Dubu has another one of those spirits. Nah, it's not going to be enough.
But Dubu, now he's in a position to stack. He's chased away the enemy support and knows where he is. He's feeling not bad about this. You know, Ocean puts out the sentry. They tried to get the board, but Bra with a nice deny there. And Timado is actually getting quite pressured in lane by DK. And Dragonite, this hero always surprises me by how strong he is in late.
Unbelievable, we're seeing! What just
The
happened?
Dragon Tail is super annoying. It's
It
like
is.
crazy that it's 70 mana for 70 damage. Then you also get 2.5 second stun, so you're just punching them the whole time as well.
Yeah, it's one of those spells where you use it on them, and it's like very common to stun your opponent and then deny a creep. But Dragon Tail, like, you use it, you punch them, you get a deny, and then you get another deny before they have to, before they're unstunned. It's a crazy spell.
Moon making that rotation towards mid for a second, but Ocean is already there to refill the bottle and heal up Gunnar a little bit, so doesn't really have an opening to make anything happen there. Bryle tried to go for a cute little play there, getting that CS, but doesn't end up working. And with that bottle refill, that helps out Gunnar's lane quite a lot. And he also has a bounty rune to come back to afterwards.
That's a huge salvage because Storm needs to have resources in this game. We mentioned earlier, like a lot of this game is going to come down to how Gunnar can control Saberlight. Because like you can already see at bottom, like Sando, he's getting a little bit low. Saberlight spamming his spells on him. You just go for 2 in Timber Chain at level 3 or 4, and yeah, like you can try to sustain with Time Walk, but it's a 4-second cooldown versus your 18-second cooldown right now.
Yeah, very annoying. And they keep that pressure on. Husky is going to move on in and has the salve for afterwards, cutting down those trees as much as possible. Now, obviously, once level 6 comes around, they just have to skedaddle on out of here. Be a bit too much.
Bryle actually, he missed the EMP there, and that's really big for Gunnar. Because EMP, of course, it gives mana back to Evoker. Oh,
Chance? Moon? Maybe in a little bit of trouble here. They don't have the ability to chase him down, but that was a good job there to keep that pressure onto the next assassin. Bryle's doing.
and this is something that supports and fraud are really good at, just getting these sacks off. But there is a little bit of greed for 4 zoomers. They pre-block the enemy ancients. When you stack these caps, you'll keep your camera over and listen to that sound. But the thing is, sometimes Dota betrays you, so he might not even realize that he missed a stack with no sound. You know, you just think, oh, it's bugged, I didn't hear a sound. Right. That's economic damage right there, already stopping the Axe's carry progression.
Yeah, really good stuff. So they're doing a good job in that way regard, at least. You can see that they have both Ocean and Husky set up in the mid lane here.
Classic 4 zoomers role-playing Vici Gaming literally bring their 2 supports to mid lane at 5 minutes and 15 seconds every single game, try to use their catapult. This game though, they're going for something different.
Scanning.
They know about the stacks, that's why. This is a really good read.
Yeah, Gunnar just got level 6. They're going to go on to Timado, try and find that catch. On the back in afterwards. The taunt is there, but the pushback afterwards, and the kill.
We're seeing what just happened.
Husky just got played. That was
Husky
nice.
just smacks him, takes the first blood. Stupid core doesn't deserve the kill. I called the smoke given to me. It's a really good mentality as this.
Yeah, definitely.
Kill them all, kill them all.
Moon, though, gonna try and sneak this one away, but Bushwhack will put an end to that one. And in fact, if they're not careful, Moon might end up. Oh my god, is he gonna get that bounty? We'll get it denied away. And
Look at
the big
space,
jump.
though.
Pulled back in, turns into the stun, looking for a kill, and they're gonna give that one to Gun.
Unbelievable, we're
Space
seeing
Boys.
what just happened.
Bottom lane though, Saberlight has his level 6. He has mana boots and soul ring, and I don't know if Sammy Boy can sustain here. He has to play very safe. Meanwhile, there's like a wagon who's going to eventually pressure the tower. And once the Chakram comes out, it's very hard to stay in the lane.
Timberlake's doing a good job too. He doesn't want to get like time dilated on multiple spells, so he's not just using his whole pool right now. Sammy's going to be having to jump away from it afterwards.
Under attack.
Yeah, they do have the Chrono now, and Storm is going back to base. I'd like to see them TP a support down here and Chrono him and kill him with 3 heroes.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Nice
Under
catch for
attack.
a kill as Dupu able to get that one. So they didn't manage to take away the stacks from but they did at least find that kill on him. And now Brax is moving over to come and try and contest yet again. No question mark as it's all happening. Timado breaks the salve, finds the stun. They could jump if they want to. Husky's there as well. Trying a couple more right clicks, but the tornado from Bryle. EMP will put a stop to that.
Every day together.
Yeah.
It's not like they hate each other, it's just, oh, look at Sammy Boy has Saberlight unmuted. I'm keeping a mental note of that. Saberlight's a good ladder player, that means. Okay, not spamming chat wheel.
I like to see it.
You can see at bottom, Ocean, he's just trying to drag the creep wave alive. He wants to no-tail it up, just drag the creeps out and get EXP.
I have no tail in his squirrel's getting chopped up. Get out of there, Ocean. It's not safe. Does Bushwhack out, trying to hide away, but the chop
Radiant's
comes there.
bottom tower is under attack.
So
And these
in the
plays-
meantime, they're also actually taking that top tier 1 tower as well. So there's a trade-off that's happening here.
For sure. These plays. Oh, get to the line?
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
He wouldn't have got it with that hit anyways. It's 17 HP. Actually, maybe 68 damage. That's pretty high.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
These plays are like you try to
structures
drag
are
the creep wave
fortified.
away from the tower and keep it alive longer. They're very weird because even when you succeed like that, if you die, I don't know how much it's worth because it's not like you got control over the area. So you're just like delayed timber it in
Radiant's
exchange for a
bottom
kill. It
tower
wasn't like
is under attack.
now you're gonna defend the
Radiant's
tower or
bottom
got a lot of
tower has
EXP. So it's curious to think about because like the default is just to do that. It's not like Ocean did something bad there. Even unnatural. It's just I don't know what the actual end result is because I mean it's so hard to calculate things in Dota. There's so many variables and stuff going
Look
on.
at this though. Ryle turns the ward. They're not quite gonna get him there. He just walks away the other side. I guess that's one of the things that's interesting there, right? Like, because when Wyvern does that, or one of those other heroes, what you end up seeing, like, you know, the whole creep wave dies, Splinter Blast or something, and then you get the X dying creep wave. But in this situation, it didn't really end up happening that way. Right now, at least, Rax also about 1,000 gold away from Blink Dagger. We've got the Fairies Trinket on Storm. On the side of Undying, what are they looking for as far as like their timing? This Timbersaw's already taken this tower. Do they try and head
I think they probably want to just chill for a little bit. They don't have the levels on their supports to make the move yet. I think their first move is sort of going to come with the 10 minutes, the Tome onto Nyx. He won't be level 6 yet, but Dubu is really high level this game because Axe, you know, he cleared those stacks with jungle early. He's been doing what Hoodwink sort of taught, but except without dying. Ooh, they're going to know where he is.
Spots him. Quick jump. They got the pull afterwards and the dive away from Dubu. Husky tries to catch him. Quite be able to. They will TP out, but looks like Husky, again, as this happened a lot last game, will be the one sacrificed there.
And that's huge because now Moon Meander gets to take middle. He's sort of been self-sacrificial this game. We saw him like try to snipe that top bouncer and etc. Now he gets to take a lane and take the book and get his level 6. I think that play by Undying, it looks really small, but I like the idea of what they did. Like they don't have any timings. So what you should do is not like just spread out if and split up farm, you know? What you should do is like think about what your opponent's gonna do. They have a little bit of strength over you. They might make a low plan top and instantly like Saberlight's ready to TP, Brow's already rotating. And now with the level 6 of Phoenix, you do have your play. You just stay proactive while you don't have your time.
Rax gonna get jumped on here in this top side, and yeah, it'll be a pretty easy kill. They don't even have to use that egg you're talking about, so they can make this move with the tier 1 tower taken and the catapult. Can there be any counterplay right now from 4 Zoomers? It does look like they're smoked up Gunner and Ocean and looking for somebody. Somebody's home. Hey, maybe a chance Timado? Oh, this would be a nice kill if they could connect with
Radiant's
this.
top tower is under
Oh,
attack.
do they spot him? They do. Okay. They get vision. Ready to jump. Sharpshooter available. Trying to find him. Queuing it up, but the taunt able to interrupt. And they just don't connect. Gunner didn't go for the pull there.
Radiant's
He did a lot of
top
tower
tower has fallen.
rotations, but not huge.
Honestly, a little bit of clutch call from Timado, right? Like Gunnar knew that he needed a little bit more damage. His smoke broke a bit earlier than he wanted, and like, you know, a little side step from Timado means you missed the first zip damage, which means like the second zip for the pulls a bit harder. And honestly, good reaction from 4 Zoomers. They messed up the initiation a bit, and they were just like, okay, let's let it go. Don't commit harder and double down on our mistake. It's okay to just make a mistake. And as a result, like his Storm and Hoodwink both die there. Like this game is, it's looking real bad, right? But now they're still gonna play Dota. I mean, I don't favor them in terms of map control this game for sure, especially with that top tower dying, making it harder to enter their jungle. But there's still a game of Dota to be played here.
We'll watch for it. 12 minutes in, and Blink Dagger done. This is probably one of the big things they've been waiting for on 4 Zoomers to really get that initiation going. We'll see if Brax decides to group up with his team around this now. What do we have coming over there? Ocean, a sharpshooter back up again. Got the TP coming in from Gunner. Also, he's gonna have a full mana pool.
Did Brax show us Blink Dagger on that last screen there?
I don't think so.
It's even bottom though.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle
Moon?
tower
Wait, what?
is under
Yeah,
attack.
they saw Moon over here on this ward, but then he backs out and realizes it.
They're gonna
They
smoke.
still see him. They can jump him here. Ow, right on top of Where's the Dust? Didn't have anything. All right, that was weird. Literally blinked right on top of Moon.
The thing is, like, a blink taker on your off lane, it just like this early is sort of like an investment because blink doesn't give you any stats. It doesn't help you scale. What it does is it lets you kill. If you do not get a kill with the item immediately when you get it, you're basically like missing your time. You're essentially like removing damage to your opponent and like not getting some gold on your own. It's a big deal that this doesn't connect.
Well, maybe get a second chance at it here. I mean, they spot all these creeps stacked up. Ocean gonna get chased out a little bit again. Gunner still hanging around this area. But it will be Undying that still hold this side of the map. Now, at the same time, you do have Sammy that's down bottom getting the farm for himself as well. So maybe right now, Zoomers are just feeling like not super pressured to make moves because they know that they've got a farming void.
That's
but
a good
definitely
point.
feeling like they're missing an opportunity with on
I think
Brax.
especially with the fact that they blocked the enemy ancients for so long, they don't feel as pressured as you would normally because at the animator, like I saw Alve with a 13-minute Mantis style, you know?
Right.
Like Brax is still quite far for his mana, specifically because he didn't have stacks.
Yeah. Thought he was going to go on that one. Regen rune. Oh, Gunner able to bottle it.
Radiant's middle
Battle in the
tower
run
is
for the
under
regen.
attack.
Moon right on
Moon
top of it.
blocking it.
Pulls it back in afterwards. Goes for a pull back afterwards.
Under
Gunner
attack.
taking a lot of damage though. Do they even have to kill him? He goes down. Oh no! And now the stun afterwards. He's hit for 30 seconds. They even pop the egg, and I think they gotta just back out. Who dead for that? Greedy, a little bit greedy.
Honestly, that was just a beast play by Moon.
Yeah. Really
Radiant's
well
middle
done.
tower is
Good
under
recognition.
attack.
They have the catch now onto Saberlight, but as soon as he pops that hood, they just have to back away. No Storm still up for 5 seconds. Dying, starting to take a little bit of a lead now in this game.
Yeah, he just straight baited a Storm Spirit who had to go. I'm just going for that hesitant zip onto hardcap play that he talked about.
Perfect.
Maybe there's a guy there, maybe there's not, but I just died. I'm going to use this refuel rune to farm and catch
Oh
up.
no, he's going to be underneath the ward here. He's going to be right underneath the ward here. Gunner gets caught. He's still in mana pool, but can they get the stun? They find him. This is tragic. Death into death in Pip. Classic.
That's a rough one. Perfect read on the map from Undying there. We're really starting to see, like, this is why Invoker is a good pick for Storm. Where it's like, Anti-Mage, Ember, Storm, Void Spirit, what you do is you throw out your Tornado, you Cold Snap them, and then when they land, the Tornado actually instant procs the Cold Snap again. So it easily sets up any stuff like Nick Stun, Lion Stun, whatever other catch you have. You change your spells and, you know, you just do a lot of damage and you'll catch these elusive heroes. It's part of the reason, like this Storm pick on the third pick, it sort of broke draft structure.
Right.
Like, you wanted to be able to flex the DK, and Undying in both games, I feel like they've done a good job at punishing. Oh, 1 second here, mid.
Yeah, they're going to get him. Ocean. Oh, wait a minute. Ocean.
Radiant's
Fancy
middle
footwork,
tower
trying
is
to
under
escape.
attack.
Get away. No. Little squirrel dead. He goes down there. Dude, I think Saberlight's a beast.
He is. He really is. And it's all to do with the fact that they broke draft stuff. Like, normally you would be able to get a mid hero that deals with this Timbersaw from their position in a draft, or offlaner that he can 1v1 him and you go Eggo versus Axe. But because of how they drafted, they were so inflexible that Undying punished them. It was the same story in game 1. You pick the Invoker Axe like that, you're vulnerable if your opponent chooses to do it. And like, look at this Timbersaw, like, he's getting stomped in the enemy tier 1.
Right.
He doesn't care. There's nothing that touches him in this game because you don't
Radiant's
have like a
middle
Lashard
tower
mid,
is
you don't have
under
a Bat
attack.
Rider mid, you have a Storm Spirit.
I mean, some of the things too that's ended up working out so well in this game has been like the warding game. The constantly in their favor, and right now they do jump forward and find that Invoker, body into the stun again. All right, bushwhack afterwards. Gunner trying to get out. The Chrono, the big old
Radiant's
ulti,
middle
eggs on the
tower
other
is
side
under
though.
attack.
One's gonna pop, gotta run, gotta hide. They all get out. The Invoker ends up going down, but Brax looking for the follow-up kill. This is why they drafted that Dragon Knight here. The chase going. They managed to find 2 with that Chrono. And Zoomer's getting a little bit of much-needed life in this one.
A little bit of Kyle bleeding into me here, a little bit of a cast the curse, but
Perfect.
for Zoomers, they recognize the situation. Like, talk about this game way too harshly. Like, this game's not over at all, and they're making the right plays. You know, the enemy's being cocky, they're bringing 4 heroes to their triangle, bring 5 and punish them. And as a result, they get 2 kills, and no, that's big swing. However, Now you don't have ETLT, you don't have Chronosphere, their mid towers are 300
Radiant's
HP.
middle
Look at
tower
Undying, they're
is
already
under
TPing
attack.
heroes to mid. They just want to finish
Radiant
off this
structures
objective
are
and be able to take
fortified.
back control.
This is what you need to do on Undying for sure, is punish those long cooldowns, and, well, they do find themselves husky yet again. Sort of cast-offs that we're seeing, very good for Undying. It does again slow down that
Radiant's
push, but
middle
only for a
tower
second.
is
This
under
tower's
attack.
going down. In the meantime,
Radiant's
Brax is
middle
going to
tower
try and
has
pressure up
fallen.
top a little bit here. 3,000 gold lead. Probably thinking towards Roche in the next little bit, as Saberlight is not even going to let Brax sit away at it for a second. He has Yules. Oh no, Brax. What is he meant to do at this point now? They get freaking Sunray on him. Brax trying to escape, but to no avail. It is. It's like these little moments where it feels like Zoomers are, you know, things are kind of going good for a second, and then a couple of them randomly die around the map.
Yeah, and one thing I have noted is that, holy crap, Sammy Boy is so farmed on Faceless. I can't believe he's out farming an axe.
Right.
Like Faceless Void is not a hero that farms fast, but maybe he got the last hit on Brow there and it was really big in that last engagement. Let me actually see.
Take a look, see at that one. We'll keep.
Yeah,
our eyes
he
open
did get the
as
last
go.
hit on Brow, but he's managed to go ahead of Axe when he was from behind. Like, you don't see that on Faceless Void very often. So I want to commend him there for that, but still, like, it's looking a little Pepe sauce. Like, as soon as Axe get his Blink and his Shard, they're just gonna non-stop aggression on the side of Undying. This time they do have a carry hero, unlike 4Zoomer's lineup last time that uses Alacrity in the Axe. You know? How are they solving the Timber Saw? I'm not seeing any solutions come out right now.
It's gonna be tough, definitely. We'll have to see if they can get into those items later on, whether it's a vessel or something else. But at least now, as we get closer and closer to that 20-minute mark, they are trying to again make a bit of a move up towards this top side of the map. Ryle, Magnum, steps, getting close to it, and Ocean seeing if he can find an angle. Jump forward, they got him. Good stun, good turn into a kill. Easy. This pickoff game is what you're looking for if you're the 4Zoomers.
Really good kills coming out from them here, and specifically good for Ocean because honestly he was the bottom network hero in this game. He still is, but he also was back then. But now at least he gets a kill and he's like starting to shape up a bit. You know, he maybe gets a 20-minute tone, gets to his level 2 ulti, and he can increase this pickoff game that you're talking about. I also wanted to note that Ocean was able to get 2 very crucial D wards. He got one both on his hill in the triangle and in the enemy jungle to the left side of the outpost there. Those are very important because that pickoff doesn't happen if Undying has vision.
Right. You need to sort of get
Dyer's
that down. And that
top
was
tower
one of the
is
ways
under
that, you know,
attack.
Gunnar got picked off that second death as well. Been right on top of that other ward. Timado, like you had mentioned, has been well done now, also getting into that level 60 talent. It is kind of interesting at this point how far away from the rest of his team he's playing. He's trying to sort of keep it constantly shoved in along this bottom lane and then farm out the rest of the jungle. But yeah, he's going to TP, try and group up with his team now, it looks like.
For sure, but Timado hasn't seen an enemy hero in the last like 15 minutes of this game. Right? Even in those first 5 minutes, he's like only the lane.
Right, big opportunity here. Brax showing in the mid lane, so is Sammy. They're grouping together. Timado goes for the call, finds one. It's gonna be
Dyer's
enough to
middle
get
tower
him
is
dead
under
on
attack.
Brax. Do have Chronosphere available now. What do Undying want to do with this kill? It looks like just try and translate it into more if possible.
Yeah.
Sammy doesn't appear to care, but I'll do a little bit.
I think this kill is basically just for map control. You just want to keep hunting down your
Dyer's
crossfiring
top
down the
tower
top.
is under
I think
attack.
he might have him. Ooh, a little bit off in the angle there.
Round 2 now. Sammy, dual scepter by Saberlight,
Radiant's
already
bottom
used
tower is
now.
under attack.
Time dilation, not gonna matter. They're fine. So just resetting the fight.
Timbersaw's still a big problem, and you see, I just don't understand how is Sammy Boy so high net worth. Like, this is so weird to me. Because like when I think of Faceless Void, he's like Spectre, you know, like you hit creeps one by one, nothing's dying. You just if you get forced to jungle early, you should
Radiant's
feel
middle
awful.
tower is under
It's like
attack.
he even got kicked out of lane relatively early. Went to the jungle. Yeah, I guess I don't know. He's hit a lot of lane creeps. That has to be it. Maybe he does something on carry. I'm gonna have to watch after.
He does have 233 last night.
That is a lot of CS for a Faceless Void. Over
Yeah.
10 CS on a hero that has no nukes.
Well, again, Sammy, disillusion there.
Radiant's
Moon,
bottom tower
right on
is
top of
under
him, just
attack.
use time walk. It's scary. The taunt is there, and Cataclysm afterwards. Jimmy can get it off a second away, but it's not going to be good enough. Timado finds Moon, gets the kill. Stomp afterwards. Ocean tries to escape. Looks like he has an avenue, but will it be enough? Little Scepter left up there. The egg even pops. Don't even want to give him a chance. The chase down continues. Timado looking for another blink. The call is there. It's good. Dude.
That's Roche. What just happened? Did Sammy
Radiant's
Boy
middle
try to
tower
bait
is under
mid by
attack.
using time walk, like in front of him or something?
I'm not sure. That was very strange.
That was almost sick. They got the turnaround. They used Cataclysm only on the Faceless Void. I'm like, holy crap, Sammy Boy's gonna bait this, time walk in, hold them on, they're gonna win the game here. And I clicked on him, and he had 2 seconds left on time walk. Like, it made no sense. Like, you know, I don't even know when he time walked, but he knew they were coming. Forced him to come and he chose to be like cocky enough to use his time walk there. Just a little bit questionable of a decision there from him.
Well, and again, you know, if it's half a second
Timado
later,
just
it's
stuck a
separated,
Mantis on the ground.
right? That's good.
Okay, he's going back with the Haitian to pick it up.
You know, you get half a second difference right there, and that's suddenly going to be in a better position. They find the Nyx now. Looking for that jump. Timado not going to be able to come to interrupt
Radiant's
this.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, good punish from four Zoomers there. Anytime like a hero walks in there solo when you're behind, you have to take the kill. Like just use some spells, even if you have to use your sharpshooter, some DKLTs, you stun them, take the kill. You can't let them walk in there and just give up the entire map.
Well, 7 of 14, 6,000 gold lead now. Undying, doing everything right at this point in time. They don't have egg for 25, and we do still have the Chronosphere available
Radiant
on
are
the
scanning.
Zoomers, but also, likewise, Cataclysm is available for the Undying squad.
Oh, Timado?
Jumps. Ooh. That was scary.
I think he canceled that because he didn't see anyone beside him, but he actually
Right.
would have hit Sammy Boy in the fog there. That
What
was
are all these
crazy
drawings
scary.
on the map? I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of drawings happening to push out lanes, it looks like at least.
Those look sort of tilty. Like, you know, it's not the calm line. Like, okay, so my armchair Reddit, Psychoanalysis here.
Perfect.
Sammy Boy judo's lines, and he's just seething right now because of the last kill.
Yeah, that's great.
Right, ET's dead. ET's alive, fuckers, he's dead. He's alive.
Amazing caster current. And instead, it might be Moon that goes down.
Dire's current
They jump
has
in.
been killed.
Ooh, but the end is. Oh my god. Did that come on? Still afterwards. The Cataclysm. Oh, it's BKB, but it won't save you from that. As Gunner goes
Radiant's
down
middle tower
again.
is under attack.
Timmy, though, first. Trying to make this happen. They don't have buyback on the Storm Spirit. And they kill one. They from Moon, and the egg is down. And now they're going to look for more afterwards. Oh, it's all. Mono finds it perfectly into the meat grinder. They take him down, and now Sammy's trying to salvage something. He wants to kill Brown. He wants to kill anybody. Dubu, give me a kill. Is it going to be enough? In the end, E2 will fall. A triple for Timado.
Nothing.
His team appreciating some greatness.
God, I love
Radiant's
Timado's
middle
axe.
tower is
Last
under
game
attack.
against Zoomers, we also hit a Kucha 3-man call at the last around
Radiant's
Roshan.
middle
This time,
tower has
it's always the
fallen.
patience, you know? Everyone in the game is looking at Faceless Void, but Timado's
Radiant's
already on the
middle
next
tower
level. He
is under
understands the
attack.
movement of the enemy team. They're all gonna try to help the Void, and he calls a 3-man on the backline again. It's so solid. He's like in the carry mindset, right? Like he can bait his teams, get a little bit more out of your
Radiant's bottom
initiation,
tower
and
is
you just
under
make the
attack.
better play for it. Like what a call!
You know, I think that there was this moment at the end of the first season of DPC. I sat down with him, I talked to him about him, and he had said that he's not taking any breaks. He wasn't taking any breaks. The only thing he was focused on was TI. The only thing he wanted
Radiant's
to talk about was
bottom tower
TI.
is under
He didn't
attack.
he just stayed at home and played Dota that entire time. Like even when his own team was out taking breaks. Like this guy is super motivated, and that hard work is paying off right now. He is carrying his team to the victory, at least in this game number 2. Unless something changes, and Zoomer's a very solid team. They're still put in the hard work. They caught Ocean there with that Sunstrike, throwing everything out, trying to get away, and actually Ocean manages to escape just barely.
Very nifty play.
Cool.
And Timado, he's, as you said, he's really put the work in. Last time I checked, he was like rank 6. You know, Brow's rank 3. These guys on Undying, like, there's a reason why they're looking so good. They've really put the work in. They've flushed out their concepts. We heard from Timado, and I noticed personally as well that Moonmeander, he's really good with the Dota theory. Like, he will make you a better player if you're willing to work with him on it, like, and have an open mind to his ideas.
Radiant's
And he's clearly done that for Timado. Just such stellar play. Team fighting's on the part, but you know, not to hype up Undying too much. Like, I think.
Well, you did it. I just said the first one.
Yeah, like for Zoomers, no, for this game, you know, because I think they're a fantastic team overall.
Totally.
But this game, the one thing that 4Zoomers does have going for them is that you do have the Storm base defense, and Faceless Void is still like that. Traditionally, I will out-carry you in this game if it goes late enough.
Right. I mean, there's a part of me that, like, you know, just wants to see Axe Carry not be able to succeed slightly, but you know, at the same time, there's a reason that it's not looked good for it's sort of struggled previously, and they will run into Husky there. Sammy realizes, oh god, they're in the area. Oh, does Moon find him? They did find Husky, but they can't even get that kill. They won't keep you out. They're away. Husky's giving tips now. All right, they got their mojo back. They're ready to go. As soon as you see those tips fly, you know it. And Saberlight. Oh, Cataclysm afterwards. Gunner living through that one. Doesn't get hit by the bomb, but they got the catch on to Sammy Boy. Jumps away. Set that damage. Has Chronosphere back up if they want to use it now. Thinking about it. Chrono connects on the 3, but where's the follow-up? Where's the damage? The Earth Splitter coming through, bringing him down low. Is it enough to get that kill? Timado, though, with the big call to taunt. Takes down Sammy. Gunner jumps in from countdown, but not a huge mana pool. He has to back out now. So they get 1-2 kills on Invoker and the Nyx, but Gary talked about how they don't have an answer for Saberlight. They don't have an answer for Timado. With Gunner, I mean, if they want to turn up on it, might be able to get him, or maybe not. Thinking about a jump onto Timado, but Saberlight's still living, doesn't need to worry about it. Got the heals from Dubu.
And he still has Essence Ring and Bloodstone. He's not worried at all.
What a god.
Did you know that I actually got tricked by this very unreliable person who told me that Bloodstone was dispellable? It was just a heinous act of lying.
I don't know who would do that.
Yeah, I don't know who would do that, but Bloodstone is actually not dispellable. Just a PSA for everyone out there who I might have tricked based off this misinformation. It was you. And you know, the wiki said it. It's not like it's some malicious thing. But you know, this is Dota. You don't deserve to know information on the wiki running game.
I didn't want Arkosh to win. I had to do whatever I could.
I didn't want Arkosh to win, so I'm glad you did that.
Saberlight again. Yeah, like you're saying, he just doesn't have to worry about anything this game right now. Like, his team can get there quickly. Like, he's got a Yule Scepter afterwards, Eternal Shroud. And then, of course, the be-all, end-all item, the Sanj. The mega busted Sanj. Ugh. 31 minutes in, 13,000 gold lead. Again, Zoomers start out with a decent early game and part in the mid game. Fucking rough for them.
Yeah, it just feels like a draft special, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Solo kill. Brow's style in a bit. He almost has refresher on Brow, by the way. That's gonna be great.
Gunner, ooh, wasn't able to catch there. Yeah, 30 net worth at 30 minutes, the highest he's ever had on any hero for Saberlight. Dang,
he is beasting it up. He's 10-0-7. No, he's just a Timbersaw. When you pick 2 of your cores already, you have carry pick left. Like,
right?
What can you do? Like,
True.
Keep a proper draft structure next time. Which honestly, it does give me hope a bit, right? Because I think these 2 games, they've been pretty significant outdrafts by Undying on Zoomers. Draft is the only thing that you can fix in series, basically. Like, everything else, you have to work on it. It takes time. Draft, you can literally go as a drafter. Guys, my bad. This idea is wrong. Let's reset, and the next game's series, we're gonna take it. And that's sort of what happened, like in the, you know, the Fnatic TNC finals we just had in Southeast Asia. TNC was up 2-0. Fnatic made a draft adjustment. Boom, 3-0. Raven literally doesn't die for the rest of the series. So like 45-0 and 45 was insane. But maybe we'll see that here.
There is a possibility. Jump forward stun, 5 moves, jump away, 80 fell. Gunner goes in afterwards. KB is hot, living for the moment. Wait, Gunner's buddy. Is that enough? It's out of there. Gunner just got Chrono with Sunstrike. As the Evoker's on the other like though is still so hard to deal with. Pop Bloodstone, Pop Essence Ring still has that Yule. Only one left alive on Undying. They buy back on Moose. They buy back on Timado. They want to get in and save if they can. The Stomp is there to stop them, but there's the big call. Only on the Ocean. Will Scepter lift up afterwards. Brax is in some trouble. They cost a lot of buybacks to get this one, but they kept their Timber alive.
Oh my god. It looks like there's a chance, boys. They've committed a lot of resources to that fight. The gold might not have swung
Radiant's
that
courier
much,
has been
but
killed.
okay, I was gonna say, but look at the EXP.
Yeah, well that was unfortunate. That was one of the ags there for Gunnar on that courier.
Man, they just have such good setups for the Sunstrike. So you have Nixstun, you have Axe
Radiant's
Call,
top
you have
tower is under
Chronosphere.
attack.
But it's like it's sort of planned, right? Like he
Dire's
Chronos, he
bottom
uses
tower
Refresher
under
Cataclysm
attack.
from far away on Invoker and Stormtide back, and I would heavily put that fight, even though they end up losing network, in the favor of Zoomers. It's not about like not having the Storm buyback, it's the fact that when you're behind, you need to create imbalances in the position. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to win the game. The imbalance in the position right now is that there are 3 heroes on Undying who do not have buyback. Those are openings right now. If you kill any of those 3 heroes, you force an uneven fight. It doesn't matter if your Storm doesn't have buyback. You need to take that risk because you're not winning by standard play.
It's fair, and it's something to watch for here over the next couple of minutes, particularly with this next Roche respawning 8 seconds away. Now, if you're Zoomers, you would love that to be like, 30 seconds longer, because Chrono's still on cooldown. It's
Radiant's
about to
top tower
respawn with
is
Bryle
under
in the
attack.
pit, and I think they're just going to go right away to take it. God, this is a tough one. This is really hard. It feels like they have to contest.
Radiant's top
They
tower
just
is
seized
under
active
attack.
charge, but it's not going to be quick enough.
They don't have Chronosphere for
enough.
another 13 seconds. They're still going to smoke up, but hold on. And then that could be carried. So it's
The way it needs to happen, and just a couple of seconds too late for the Zoomers means they are not going to be able to contest that one. Underneath some vision now, this fight is going to be so difficult. They shard onto Saberlight now. Who is it that has the cheese?
probably, oh, not Invoker actually. Maybe Nyx Assassin? Wait. Oh, it's in the pit. Classic Dota.
Oh my god, what are you guys doing?
Honestly, like, I don't think he'll make a difference in this game. The thing that Undying has just done is there was some imbalance in the position. You didn't have heroes with buyback. You kill the Axe again, potentially you can snowball win the game. But you can't do that if he has an Aegis. And it's just going to be 5 minutes of oppression now, and then he's going to have buyback up again. So your entire window is gone with this one Roshan spot.
Radiant's
Or
top tower
you
is
kill him
under
twice.
attack.
Or you just kill him
Radiant's
twice,
top
you kill his
tower
entire
is falling.
team, the enemy throne explodes and you win the game. That is true.
That's how Dota works.
Thank you.
Radiant's
Almost
top tower
Agnem
is
Scepter
under
done
attack.
for Gunnar. That's another thing that can sort of work for him. But yeah, this next tier of items is going to be so strong.
Camby Boy did pick up a full Ayascati plus the shard recently.
Okay.
So he's actually having a huge power spike. I was sort of questioning who's going to deal with the Timbersaw. Apparently, they're just going to hit him with Scotty. And, like, that's a lot of regen reduction. Hopefully he dies.
It's good.
I do have a bit of spoiler, though.
What's that?
I don't think he's going to die on Timbersaw.
Okay.
Radiant's top tower
because,
is under attack.
He's very strong.
Back for what's his item that he's got right now coming out? For
Probably
Timber?
Aghanims. Yeah, he's going for the Aghanims. It's just the highest damage item. If you're unkillable in Dota, sometimes the best thing to do is not just build more tanky, it's to make them feel like you have to kill you. Just build a lot of damage, you RNGesus up a Spell Prism, and you just, you're gonna own.
This is wild. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna take that one instead. Interesting. I would have thought he would on the Spell Prism. More survivability. Got
I
double
think
Yules now.
Brawl probably asked for the Spell Prism, so I
Radiant
opened up
are
a slot.
scanning.
And it is quite nice. It'll take
Radiant's
off the time
top
dilation
tower
for
is
him,
under
which is a
attack.
huge steal. You don't have to commit your Yule Scepter for that. And like potentially be able to like dodge some of the spells from the Radiant.
Up from Zoomers, they weren't able to connect in onto Bryle. Instead, going to have to just content themselves with pushing out this wave.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Be on back home. Dying, recognize the go, and they will smoke out themselves. Aren't able to connect. Fine, as this net worth lead continues to grow. There was a DD rune that was up top, but nobody picked that one up, and now there. Bryle afterwards, so Next round of items. Do they have them
Timado
yet
top?
on the Zoomers? They don't yet.
Yeah, and those plays, like both smokes didn't connect. But again, this is sort of bad for Zoomers. Like you need something to happen. You want to force something while the enemy doesn't have their buybacks, even though they have the Aegis. They went for that like sort of sneak chrono motor. That was a great play. But just in general, this series, Undying, there's not many 4 Zoomer smokes that have connected. They just were one step ahead of Undying.
Good jump away there. Able to connect. Yeah, the inability to connect on the plays really hurts them for sure. And the other thing now is just being stuck inside your base, right? Like you want to get that next tier of items for Zoomers on the neutrals, but
Radiant's top
just
tower
nowhere to
is under
farm.
attack.
Keeping them stuck in their base. I am a little surprised that Undying aren't opting to try and like just sort of push high ground, but I guess as you said, there's like so much high ground defense in the storm and Faceless Void. It's
Radiant's
like a
middle
little bit
tower
scary.
is under attack.
I think they're waiting for the Wind Waker on Timbersaw just to make sure nothing bad can happen. But honestly, I do feel a little bit like they're playing a bit too safe. I mean, they don't have much building damage. It's pretty much just Timbersaw's shard.
Radiant's
There's like,
bottom tower
what
is
is it,
under
like
attack.
45 seconds on Aegis, and I think they're like seeing it now, like, oh, maybe we should have gone already. It's not like they stopped scaling though, so they're not under any pressure.
Oh, the pullback. It took a lot of damage from that Cataclysm, but baiting out the Cataclysm, and now with Aegis going down, this could be a nice timing for them.
For sure. One of the worst things is you use one Sunstrike or like Black or Ravage. You really don't want to pop your refresher to only use one other one like in 2 minutes before it's up or something. And I mean, again, there still is Storm Dota to be played. He's going to have a lot of regen. He's going to zip and kill all your waves.
You guys see that? That Sammy just gave him a smiley face.
Take like when you do something outside of standard stable play, it means you're sort of taking a risk. You're hoping it's paying off. I don't mind that because they are sort of going in as underdogs. You want to create like more disparity in the matchup and stuff. But I think maybe they over-indexed on it a little bit too much, or maybe they took risks that just didn't end up paying off. When like from a spectator point of view, with hindsight in the game, like it looks like, oh, you're just outdrafted for a little bit.
Caught him. That's that AoE. Fourth step afterwards. BKB out. Looking for more. What can they find? The egg is down. Gunner turns now. Tries to stay on top of Timado. Won't allow that reinitiation with the tornado. That's a lift up. That's a catch. On to Sammy. Jump away afterwards. Cataclysm not going to connect. Not going to do enough damage. Still hanging on to that chrono. Jump forward. Finds it. No. But he's able to get out. Ryle with the side dagger. What a reaction. Unreal. And then the contour step up to the high ground. Sammy trying to live. Oh, the stun. Saves his life just barely. Big pull in. A lot of spell used. Nobody dead.
Radiant's
Sick
top
reaction there from Ryle. Honestly, like that would have been a huge kill they took him off, but
Radiant's top tower
he clicks in this time.
Big ball. Tries to make it work. Afterwards, stun. Is it going to be enough though? There's going to be the lift up. Tries to kill. What do they have left in the tank? Rax has another DK form in a second, along with Blink Stun. The BKBs, it's still on cooldown. 15 seconds away. Gunner gets another pull in. On to all. Sammy tries to make it work. Bushwhack connecting onto 2 with the stomp.
Radiant's top
Otto
tower
got his eyes on these tries, taking down the buildings one by one, along with Saberlight. They just don't have the damage. Gonna try and jump again to that back line. Gunner tries to get the pull. First now on that. Gilman in the race for the BKB, and it is not quite enough to heal. Coming in for Dougal, and the Aeon is attacking again. Gunner's out of mana. Timado, he is gonna dunk down Sammy, and now looking for more kills off Rack. There's no buyback on this Faceless Void. Dead for 2 minutes, but they have to buy back now.
Radiant's middle tower
Try
is
and hold it desperately. What do they have? It's not even hitting heroes at this point. It's too much damage from Saberlight. The big, mean green machine on this Timbersaw. 12-0 and 10.
Radiant's
What
middle
an immaculate game from him.
The body! Stupendous!
Oh, they're trying to get the bounty runes. How much bounty does he
Radiant's
need?
middle barrier
On
is
Sammy
full.
boy.
55 gold only right now.
Radiant's
Gunner
bottom
doesn't
tower
have a
is
TV,
under
so he
attack.
could zip to the other one. He is going to go for that.
Oh, all right, that's buyback. That's both bounty runes and buyback. They need it.
Radiant's bottom barriers
Gotta
are
go
under
now.
attack.
You can't afford to go down, Megan. has Chrono back up in 30 seconds. There's the buyback jump in on the Duke. Can they kill him? Finds the backline. He can't be out over the head. Reaction to double head. But now trying to run away. Cataclysm comes out. Got him under control. Trying to close Timado. That's the way they get him. He's dead for 2 minutes. Does have buyback. They focus down the rest of these heroes. Bryle pulling out that tornado saber lane. Has the Wind Waker still. The Hex is there. On to Sammy. Full tap save yet again. And with that, and now 37,000 gold lead. Drax gonna get absolutely walloped here if he's not careful. Can they kill Saberlight? The man has been unkillable, unfazable. Nothing has hurt him. The Wind Waker jump away. Saberlight. They try and chase. They try and kill. Pull back again. Why not? It's not happening. Chrono afterwards even. They find Bryle with him, but again, Moon is there. They have to heal also. Sharpshooter. There's not enough damage. And Undying, they're covering each other's retreat so effectively. Undying looks so freaking solid in this one. Gunner, he's finally going to get rained down, and he is going to be dunked. Triple kill for Timado. Looking for more. Give this man a bash. Give him an ultra. He's coming for you, Sammy. Get the hell out of there. He has nowhere left to jump, nowhere left to hide. He's inside the fountain, but TC is called. He denies